Chapter 8: Hunt in the Mists. The London fog was thick as smoke from a bonfire, and people vanished easily inside it. Nicholas walked through the narrow alleys of Cheapside, his cloak heavy with damp, gloves sticking to his hands. He could feel them, the shadows. Not the ones cast by lanterns, but living ones. They slid behind him, whispering at the edge of hearing. Thorn walked beside him, small, but already tall for his 7 years. He held his father's hand, not out of fear, but curiosity. "Dad, they're here," he said quietly. Nicholas nodded. "I know." They stopped at the old tavern called the Red Lion. Inside it was stuffy, smelling of ale, sweat, and fear. Nicholas pushed the door open. At a table sat the same Montague knight he had spoken with the day before. His face was pale, eyes red-rimmed. "You're late," the man rasped. Nicholas sat opposite him. Thorn stayed by the door, watching. "Speak." The knight took a swallow of ale, his hands shook. "They came out of the Thames. Not men. Not beasts. Shadows with eyes. First they killed the guards at the tower. Then merchants in the market. And now they're looking for the boy." Nicholas glanced at his son. Thorn stood motionless, but his eyes were too old for his age. "Why him?" The knight leaned closer. "Because he carries your blood. And Avellini's blood. The demon senses it. He wants to complete the ritual." At that moment a howl came from outside, not a wolf's, but low, human, yet twisted. The tavern froze. Patrons paled. Nicholas stood. "Stay here." Thorn grabbed his sleeve. "I'm coming with you." Nicholas looked into his son's eyes. There was no fear in them, only the same cold determination he himself had once carried. "No. You stay with the knight. If anything happens, run to your mother." He stepped out into the street. The fog had thickened. Shapes moved within it, tall, thin, hunched. Eyes burned yellow. Claws instead of fingers. Skin black as charred wood. Wolf shadows. Nicholas loaded the crossbow. The first creature leapt, he fired. The bolt struck its chest. The thing fell, but rose again instantly, the wound ceiling with black smoke. "Damn it," Nicholas hissed. He backed against the wall. A second creature lunged from the side. He dodged, drove his knife into its neck. Black, thick blood sprayed. The creature hissed and melted into the fog. A third charged straight at him. Nicholas fell backward, plunged the knife into its chest, rolled it over himself. The thing crashed into the wall, bones cracked. But more were coming. From the fog emerged another silhouette, not a creature. A man. Tall, in a black cloak. Face hidden by a hood. "You came," he said softly. The voice was familiar. Nicholas rose, knife in hand. "Fabius." The hood fell back. The face was the same, sharp, fanatical. But the eyes were completely black. Not quite. "I am what remained. And what has returned." Nicholas gripped the knife tighter. "You're dead." Fabius smiled, slowly, madly. "The dead do not die when their blood calls. And your blood calls the loudest of all." He raised a hand. The fog swirled. The shadows advanced. Nicholas fired the crossbow. The bolt passed straight through Fabius's chest, but the man didn't even flinch. "You cannot kill me. I am part of you." At that moment the tavern door burst open. Thorn ran out, clutching the small wooden crossbow Nicholas had carved for his birthday. "Dad!" Nicholas shouted, back inside. But it was too late. Fabius turned toward the boy. His eyes flared brighter. There it is, the new generation. Thorn fired. The little bolt sank into Fabius's shoulder. For the first time, he flinched. Nicholas charged forward. A single knife thrust straight into the heart. Fabius coughed black smoke. His body began to dissolve. You cannot stop us. The shadows retreated. The fog thinned. Fabius vanished, only black ash remained on the cobblestones. Nicholas ran to his son and pulled him into a tight embrace. Are you all right? Thorn nodded. He was afraid of me. Nicholas looked at the small crossbow in his son's hands. Maybe he was. But deep in his soul he knew this was only the beginning. The demon had not left. It had simply chosen a new target.